Hello, welcome to Moving Beyond Burnout. My name is Camesha Jones. I am a recovering workaholic and burnout overcomer. Moving Beyond Burnout provides practical ways for Black women to overcome burnout for good. If you are joining me for the first time, please like this video. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel and please share this video with a woman that you know who is looking to get support with burnout and to be able to find hope in being able to overcome burnout. So, today I'm going to be giving you all some tips around overworking. So, 5 ways to stop overworking, bring balance and boundaries to your work life. So, I will say that as I said in my title, I am a recovering workaholic. And what I realized was a core reason why I was experiencing burnout was because I was overworking. And so, overworking is something that is very, very common, I think, amongst all people who are working and have a lot of demands or just a lot of expectations. And so today I want to provide you with ways that you can stop overworking. And hopefully these tips resonate with you. And these are things that I believe anybody can put into action right away when it comes to trying to have a better balance with their relationship to work and other areas of their lives. So, my first tip is to identify why I'm constantly working. I often find out that when people are, if you're really working so much, you feel like all your day is filled up with just doing all these tasks and all these responsibilities. Many times you don't have the opportunity to just pause and figure out, why am I constantly working? And sometimes it can be really, really real serious things, like I may be a caregiver. I may have, these expectations in my role at work, and I may have other things that I feel like I need to constantly be plugged into. But what I would like you to do is to really think about why you're working so much. What are the things that are contributing to it? What are the things that you really would maybe want to do differently, but you don't feel like you're able to do. And so, really being able to start with your why and understanding what's taking up your time and why you're dedicating time to it is one of the first steps. You all know by now I'm a big self awareness person. So, figuring out why am I constantly working is one of the first things that I would like you to do. Second, my second tip is time blocking. So, time blocking is creating intentional slots of time for you to focus on work and other areas of your life. So, setting boundaries is extremely important when it comes to how much time you're spending doing various things. For some people who are really, 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 really busy, their calendars can fill up so quick, and with that, sometimes there can be challenges with boundaries around when I'm working, when I'm not. And even when we think about the pandemic, most of us were at home. And so our work was seeping into all these other areas of our lives. So time blocking is one way that you can actually say, this is the time that I'm dedicating to this. This is the time that I'm dedicating to that. I personally use Google Calendar for time blocking. There are certain times during the week where it says Camesha's out of office, and it's for whatever that I want to do for my enjoyment. And then there are very dedicated times that I spend to working. And then the last thing that I will say is just really figuring out when your cutoff times are for what you're focusing on. Sometimes people can work very, very late into the day or start really, really early in the morning. It's really important for you to develop times for break and also time for you to clearly cut off when you're working so that you're not spending long hours working. My next tip is to fill your time with things of interest and things that bring you joy. When people have work taking up so much space in their lives, oftentimes you can feel like, I don't even know what I like anymore. I don't even know what my hobbies are anymore. I don't even know who I am anymore outside of all the things that I'm doing in terms of productivity, in terms of work. So I really encourage you to begin to think about what are some things that I can do to fill my time that are of interest to me or things that bring me joy. So one of the things that are of interest to me is watercolor painting. Another interest of mine is dancing, right? And so how can I fill my time with things that are interesting that don't have anything to do with what I'm focusing, what I do, in my 9 to 5 job. And so we begin to have that balance of, okay, I have my work here, but I also have all these other areas of my life where I'm finding joy and interest and curiosity that can really help with bringing that balance with overworking. Number 4, remove urgency and embrace slowing down. I would just be from personal experience. Sometimes when there's all these things that I have to do, I feel like all of them have to be done exactly right now at this time. So removing urgency and that rushed feeling of I have to do this right now and I have to focus my attention on this right now. So for me, one of the things that is helpful to remove urgency is literally figuring out and prioritizing what do I want to focus on that's the most important. What are things that can actually wait? And if there are times in my day that I do have free, how can I use those times to slow down, to reflect? And removing urgency also helps to build more spaciousness. And so everything doesn't feel so tight together, but you're able to really spread out how you're utilizing your time and removing that agitation and urgency and irritability, honestly, that can come from feeling like everything has to be done right here, right now. And when it comes to overworking, if you feel like everything has to be done right now, it's more likely that you're going to spend more time focusing on those things that you believe are urgent. And then the last thing is work never ends. Get comfortable with leaving work as it is and enjoying your life. When I had one of my first jobs, one of my supervisors, told me, you're a really good worker, you're a hard worker. Sometimes you stay late to work on these projects that we've assigned you, but go home, enjoy yourself. The work will be here tomorrow. And that really, really at a very young age stuck with me, even in periods where overworking still happened. But I was like, the work is going to be here tomorrow. There's always work to do or things to do, and it never ends. So it's okay to step away from it. It's okay to pause. It's okay to leave it because tomorrow it's going to be here. So I really encourage you, if you find yourself overworking or if you have that feeling that work is just never, never ending, I want you to get comfortable with being like, you know what, let me just try putting this to the side and not worrying about it and see, what happens and what does it feel like if I'm able to step away and not be so zoned in and focused on productivity and getting things done. So these are my 5 tips, 5 ways to stop overworking. So the first, identify your why. Why are you constantly working? 2, time blocking, setting boundaries with your work and time. 3, fill your time with things of interest and things of joy. Number 4, remove the urgency and embrace slowing down. And lastly, number 5, your work never ends. So get comfortable with leaving work as it is and enjoy your life because life is not all about work. We have to do it to survive. We have to do it for, you know, a variety of other reasons, but there's so much fullness to our lives. And I want you to enjoy it. So, thank you all for tuning in. This was a little bit shorter of a live stream today. And I just want to remind people, if you are in Chicago, if you are in Illinois, and if you are looking for therapy or support with your mental wellness, please plug into Sista Afya. I have a team of therapists that can help you with overcoming some of these things that I mentioned around work and burnout. So this is our website, sistaafya.com/therapy. And there will be more coming in the fall that I'll share in a couple of weeks if you want to actually work with me specifically around burnout in a group, in a supportive setting. So I will be sharing more about that to come. And so next week's topic is Burnout SOS, 3 life-saving self-care tips for burnout. So this is for you if you're in burnout right now and you're like, I don't know what to do. This is the live that you want to tune into, because I'm going to be giving you some critical and transformative self-care tips to get you out of the space that you're in right now. So join me every Thursday at 12 p.m. Central Time. Please like this video. If you're on YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. And I have a newsletter on LinkedIn that you can also subscribe to. And please, please, please share this video with a woman that you know who is overworking and is looking for support with overcoming burnout. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I will see you next week. Take care of all of you and be well.